Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Let me just set myself up really quickly. Give me 1 second. I know you guys see my arm. I'll be able to see what everybody's saying right now in about a second. Let me just pull up my video so I can see the comments. Let's see. Yes, so we got the audio check. Good. Let me just see where I find myself on here. I should be popping up in my channel. So I guess I'm gonna have to resort to the laptop. All right, hopefully it doesn't fly by so quick that I can't see it. But hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I am Carmen. This is Elemental Designs. Here we do a little bit of all kinds of mixed media projects. My favorite things to do are mostly altered projects. Before I begin, I want to give a huge thank you to Tiffany Solorio, who has put this whole thing together. This has been an amazing experience to be a part of, and it's also been an amazing experience to see all the crafters and everything that they've been doing from the very first stream. And today has just been wow. So thank you. Also, before I begin, I want to just say that thank you to all of the sponsors that contributed to this event taking place. For your chance to win, all you have to do is come back to this video after this live stream is done and comment down below. And you'll get more information about when the giveaways are going to be announced through Tiffany's channel. So definitely go and check out her live stream. She'll have all the information for that there. The links to everybody's in the description area, you guys. And I have a lot to do. And I want to say hello. Hopefully this is not too zoomed in. I'm going to get this whole thing sorted out for you guys. I know you guys have all been having an amazing time. I have as well. It's been super cool watching all the different projects and everything that everybody has done. So for myself, what I decided to do was I found some clocks on sale on clearance. They were originally $5. I got them for like $2. So I got 2 of them. This is basically what it was. And I treat everything like a canvas. So I figured this is not going to be any different, of course, right? So I took the whole clock apart. I've gone ahead and kind of started gessoing all around, you know, the areas and stuff like that. So that's that part of it. Now let's go into this little box of yumminess that we've got going on in front of us. Yes, because this might be a hodgepodge of a mess, but it's yumminess to me. I'm very eclectic when I craft. I tend to just gather a whole bunch of different things. I normally don't use it all, but I never know which way my inspiration is going to lead. And I like to, you know, kind of experiment with different things. So I always end up throwing a whole bunch of stuff together. So I molded by hand this kind of like fish tail, if you will. And to kind of decorate this and make it a little bit more ornate, all I did was, oh, and by the way, I used this Quick Cure clay by Ranger. And this is a heat activated clay. So once you put your heat tool to it, it kind of creates a chain reaction and the whole piece ends up drying. It ends up feeling kind of like stone once it's all dried. It's super amazing. And let's see. So I molded that and I used, oh, here they are. I don't want to waste too much time with the description of the items because I do have a lot of stuff here. And like I said, I'm not going to use it all, but I want to definitely talk about the things that I did use for sure. So this is a Wilson mold. And basically, I got a little seahorse from there. The starfish is basically the 2 things that I used out of here and this little seashell there. I also used this mold here. I think this is a Sculpey mold. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is. That's what it looks like to me. Does it say it in the back? It doesn't really say what the brand is. And then this is one of those overseas molds that we get. So that's what I use. This mold right here is what I use to kind of add the little ornate detail to it. I also have my own DIY little mold that I made of a seashell that I put in there. So this is what that is. This is another seashell mold there. And again, I use these little bits here on the end to kind of add the detail. Thank you, Tiffany. I added the detail to the fish. So this is what it came out looking like. I did give a little bit of a sneak peek, but you guys hadn't seen what it officially all looked like. And then let me bring this thing over here. And I hope the audio sounds okay. I've been fidgeting with this thing all day. We're gonna use this paper right here to decorate the inside, and this is by the collection Sea Maiden, and it's an authentic paper. I got this, it's like a little paper pack, and I got this from Hobby Lobby. And this is the part that we're gonna be using for the center. You see a lion's head? Oh, here, almost like one of those Chinese dragons, right? That's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. Thank you, Liz. Hi, Liz. Hello, Ada. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Rustic Angels. Hello to everybody. Hello, Tanya. I think I saw Tanya in there as well. So we have some Tim Holtz little bottles. And of course, when you're thinking sea themes, you're thinking of the beach, you always have that, you know, little bottle with a little note inside. So I use some of the scrap papers and I just kind of twirled them up, and I'm going to be inserting them into these little Tim Holtz little glass jars. And I did go ahead and tie a ribbon just to give myself a head start. And this is his apothecary vials. And I got this as well, Hobby Lobby on clearance. So we're going to be using this for sure. Since this used to be a clock, I wanted to add some markers to represent the time, but I don't think I'm going to be making it a functional clock. At least not in this one, so we're going to leave that alone. So let's go ahead and pull out the stuff that I know for a fact I'm going to be using. Let me get rid of all of this other stuff because we have a lot of painting to do and not too much time to do it. All right, so I also got these little things that I'm going to be trying to use. They kind of reminded me of, like, you know, sea plants. So I figured that would be cool. So we're going to do that. I do have a whole bunch of cut aparts and stuff. We're going to get into that in a little bit. I'm going to grab all of my ceramic type pieces, and we're going to start painting and working on that. I'm going to try to get everything that I have to paint out now. And the theme for this clock is going to be collections and curiosity, or curiosities and collections, I think is how I worded it. Curiosities and collections, that's what I'm going to be using. This with Tim Holtz little chipboard. So let me put this to the side. I think I don't have anything else that I have to kind of jostle over. And then we're going to go into assembly and all of that other good stuff. But let's get into some painting, because that's usually what takes me the longest time, because I'm OCD with the paintbrush and I cannot let it go once I start it. So I've pulled out some colors, and my daughter has suggested coral for the tail. So I work a lot with the Deco Art waxes. These are kind of like water soluble waxes, but they're not really meant to be used water soluble, but you can use them water solubly because they do dilute. So these you can still use even after they've dried up. All you have to do is just basically add some water and you can play with it. And we're gonna start by adding some color to this and start working on this piece. This is the biggest piece, and then we'll figure out how everything else is gonna kind of tie in together. And I'm gonna take the coral because there's a little bit of coral here and there on this, so I figured I would bring a little bit more of that to the outside. So let me go ahead and grab myself a brush, and let me see if I need to add more water to that. I do. Where did I put my little spray bottle? Where's my little spray bottle? Do you know? Did you see it? Did you see where I put it? I was just spraying a whole bunch of stuff and I don't know where I put the bottle. But that's how it goes. Hey, we might as well, right? Indulge in a little bit of that sea life, even though we can't go out to sea right about now. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of just wet this down a little bit. I have a little bit of water here to the side of me. And as you can see, you can still kind of dilute it. I love this kinds of wax because it's basically like a twinkling H2O in a way, because you could dilute it and use it all kinds of ways. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of brush some of this coral on. And I had kind of like this vision of, what is it, koi fish, kind of, with like a goldfish. I had this very weird kind of hybrid kind of thought for it. So we're going to go ahead and start layering some of this color in there. And I'm not going to worry too much about the areas that are not going to really show. I'm just going to really worry about the areas that you are going to be able to see during all of this. Yes, coral is such a pretty, pretty color. Now, when I molded this on top of the clock itself. So it does heat up to a really, really high temperature. So you have to be really careful, especially on the surfaces that you're molding it around. If it's very plastic and kind of flimsy, don't do it on that. Because I did burn some of the areas where this was molded onto. It did burn some of those areas. So just be mindful of that if you're going to use the quick cure clay. And do not touch it right away because it stays hot for a while as well. Did I put my little spray bottle in here? I'm like looking for this thing. Where is it? Where are you? I thought I had it right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint everything up. And you can use any kind of paint for this. I really like this clay, especially for making your own kind of unique pieces. This was really, really cool. And I love to mold different things. I love working with like different textures and different shapes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that in there. Add a little bit more water in there. I'll have to keep feeding from the well. Yes. I'm very colorful when it comes to my art. I tend to put a lot of different colors into it. And this is going to be a challenge for me because normally my live streams go for 2 hours plus sometimes. I've been known to, you know, be there for a while. So this is going to be quite difficult, but hopefully we'll be able to pull through. I've seen some of the projects and I'm like, oh man, those are smaller than the projects that I'm doing. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough time, but hopefully it'll all work out. And it's been super amazing, you guys. Make sure that you go and you check out everybody. And I'm uber nervous, but we're going to make it through. So let's go ahead and see. I was trying to put my video up on my phone, but it didn't want to work. So we're going to see. I'm also going to be incorporating a little bit of black into this, I think, just to kind of darken up some of that and pick up some of that texture here and there. Okay. I've been literally staring at this project, you guys, for I think like about a week and a half or 2 weeks. I started molding this piece and I've just been like, oh my goodness, I've been pacing back and forth because I wanted to work on it so bad. I'm like, I gotta do something with this. I gotta do something with this. And just watching it there and looking at it, and I keep throwing things into the box and keep adding more things into the box. So that's kind of how this is looking preliminarily. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna just give that a quick little heat blast. Hopefully that's not too loud. I'm using Deco Art Metallic Luster Polished Coral. Okay. All right, so we got this part done. Now let's go ahead and add a little bit of blue in there because we do have some blue. And this is called, this is from the Metallic Luster line, and it's called Cosmic Blue. And isn't that yummy? Hopefully you guys can see that well. All right, let me just kind of clean my brush off a little bit. And this one's still kind of creamy. You can totally tell because it's still shiny. And I'm just going to kind of give this a little bit of a dry brush here and there. And you could use your hands. You can use whatever you like. And we're just going to pick up some of those details. I'm going to apply this kind of everywhere. And you're going to be able to see a little bit of everything. Let me get a little bit of water just so that I can get into those hard to reach places. And using a little bit of water with this goes a long way because you can get into like those really hard to reach little areas when you thin it out a little bit. Ooh, that's too much. You don't want too much. You just want a little bit. So let's just kind of hit it from the side with the brush so that we don't pick up too much. My workstation is clean. That's because I've been here OCD and watching people all day. I had nothing to do but organize and organize and keep organizing until it was my turn. I think for me, that's the toughest part, is waiting. And like I said, I am going to incorporate a little bit of black in here. And you could intensify that as much as you like. And I added texture to the body with just the point of a pen. I think I just kind of, jabbed around it a little bit. Okay. Well, we're almost done. Isn't that coming out really nicely? I love it. And if I feel like I took away too much of the curl, then I can always go back into it and add more. But right now, I just want to get a base going, because I can get OCD with the little touch-ups later. I really want this blue to show, because there's not a lot of blue in there. I have to incorporate some of that blue just to kind of represent the whole ocean vibe with the colors, not so much with the structure, because this is so totally beach theme is not even funny. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And we're almost done with this. And because I did go ahead and use some of the Graphic 45, the Ocean Blue collection, I did go ahead and do some card parts from that collection. I'm going to incorporate some of that blue into this as well, the other little pieces. And basically, this is going to be kind of like what I'm going for. Now I'm going to go and add some gold. But the gold, I'm going to go ahead and add it in with the paint. With some paint. So I'm going to be using Deco Arts Dazzling Metallic, and the color is Glorious Gold. So let me pull my little dish out. And let's see. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the embellishments, like here and there. You're not going to really be able to see it too much unless you have it really, really close up. But it's a nice detail because this is actually going to be on the outside of the clock. And you guys will see what I mean in a few minutes. I need you guys to let me know how I'm doing on timing, please, because I do get lost in my own world. 20 minutes in. See? Just adding a little bit of gold here and there. And again, I love color, so I always make my pieces look really, really colorful for the most part. And I'm always altering different things. That's what you're going to find a lot of in my channel, is like altered projects and things of that nature. A lot of like junk to treasures, and just different kinds of like dimensional art. That's mostly what I do. So we have that one. And this is my thinking of it. I'm going to have her, and then I used a leaf, like a mold of a leaf, to kind of give her like this little wavy kind of ponytail there. I don't know if it works too well, but that's what we're going to use. And for her face, I'm also going to add some of this blue, because she's in the water, right? Why would her face be any other color than the rest of her body? So let's go ahead and just kind of dry brush a little bit of this onto the face. That will kind of bring it all together for me. Get a little bit of water in there. I still have over half an hour. I still have a lot of stuff to do. At least it feels like it right now. We'll see how it starts to feel after I'm actually putting everything in place. 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Oh my goodness, 40 minutes. Let's see. And then we're going to grab some of this gold paint and just kind of buff that in there. Just kind of buffing that in there. And I'll do more things to her face later on once I get it all kind of positioned in there. Once I figure it all out. So we have that. And let's see. For this, What other colors do I have here? For her hair, what do I want to do with her hair? Do I want her hair coral? Do I want her hair blue? Maybe I'll make her hair blue too. Why not? Let's make everything in here blue, right? We'll see. We'll see how it all comes out. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of give it that metallic look. That's another thing I love, love, love working with metallics. It's one of my favorite things to do is add metallics to everything. Let me add a little bit of copper to her face. Is it dry? I have to test it real quick. And yes, I'm a double dipper, you guys. Sometimes I don't clean my brush up right away. And I will end up kind of dipping that right back in there. Kind of just adding it in and kind of just rubbing it off. Just to make her look a little bit, I don't know, different. So let's go ahead and cover that up and do that and do that. And we have a few more pieces here. Now this is gonna go right here on top of this anchor on the inside. So I have to figure out what color I'm gonna paint that. Maybe I'll do the copper with this. I'll use copper on that. So let me go ahead and paint this. And I've gessoed this. This is a chipboard piece that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's really, really thick. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that and cover all of this up. So how's everybody been having, what kind of day everybody's been having? Hopefully everybody's been having fun and feeling also inspired. So many different and unique projects out there. I know I've been having a blast. Both events have been amazing. And it is not easy to orchestrate these kinds of things. I know I've done a few hops myself, and it's no easy task. Especially the last minute of it all. Thank you, thank you. All right, so a little drop of water. And that's the good thing with this kind of wax. A little bit goes a long way. Like a little drop of water literally lends you to have so much color, so much pigment that you can basically spread everywhere. Okay, so that's for that. This is not gonna be like steampunkish or something like that. I was thinking about that, but I just want to have a few little things that kind of look a little bit like metal, but not too much. So let's go back to this blue, but I'm gonna use the paint instead for this, so that I can kind of speed this up. And this is the Dazzling Metallic in Ice Blue. This is Cosmic Blue, and this is Ice Blue, but they basically look just about the same. And I'm just gonna go ahead and paint all of these up, and I'll add their little highlighters and stuff like that, colors to bring out the detail. Once this is all kind of dry, then I can go into it and add a little bit of white or add a little bit of whatever color it is that I'm in need of. For right now, what I'm trying to do is tie the outside pieces with some of the inside ephemera. And I'm putting a few pieces that have blue on it. So I just wanted to have some things that kind of brought everything together. And blue is one of my favorite colors. It's not the favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorite. A lot of you guys know what my other favorite color is. All right, and the starfish, we're gonna do the starfish in gold. So basically, you guys see a little bit of a theme here, right, with the blues and the golds. That's basically the color scheme that I'm kind of going for this. Kind of regalish, if you will, with the nautical theme. And these are all from the same clay, the Ranger Quick Cure clay. I did a few demonstrations using that clay on my lives. If you want to check those out, I did a Junk to Treasures where I altered a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, I altered a can with a whole bunch of molded pieces using that clay. And I use it in real time so you guys get to use it. See more or less how it works. Okay, and this other one right here. If I want to add details to them, I'm probably going to go in with a tinier brush and add those details in. We're almost done with the painting session. Almost. I'm so excited to see how this is going to turn out because I've just been throwing stuff into the box for the past couple days. And even while I'm sitting here getting ready to, like, you know, start that up, I'm like, do I need more stuff in this box? I wasn't sure. I was like, do I need more stuff? Hopefully I've got enough. Let's see. Now with this, I want to do something. I need black. I need a little bit of black. Just a little bit of black. Let me just see if I can get a little dot. And I do get very messy, you guys. So bear with me. I do get really messy. Quick and in a heartbeat. Just trying to pull out some of that texture from when I gessoed it all together. Just a little dabadooya. A little dabadooya, you guys. A little dab. Just so that this doesn't get kind of lost in the back there. Okay, I kind of like that. So we got that. Let me see. Let me add whatever's left on my finger on her face. And I never strive for perfection per se. I like it when things look a little bit distressed. All right, so we've got that. Now, what we're gonna be working on, let's put these things to kind of like to the side. This I have to be so careful with because I only made one, you guys. I only made one. So if that gets messed up, oh my goodness. I'll be like, that's it, you guys. See you guys in the next one. Okay, so like I said, I cut out this circle. I'm trying to make sure that everything here is clean. So I cut out this circle. I do have to kind of go ahead and distress this out a little bit. So I'm going to use Broken China and the Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. And I'm going to use a blending brush right here to just kind of go into these edges and bring this blue all around the edges. And I'm going to bring that blue in a little bit on some places and not so much on others. And then we're going to go into painting the inside of the perimeter, you know, from the inside of the clock. All right, so let's see what else we have. Where is it? Where is it? It's right here. It's right here. All right, so this is going to fit in there kind of nicely, but actually fits in actually rather perfectly. I was so shocked, but thank God I had a little template, so all I did was cut it, you know, through the inside. I was like, yay, thank God for small favors. So let's see. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna paint all of this on the inside. I'm gonna paint this with ice blue. I didn't gesso the inside of it, to be honest with you guys. So I'm just gonna add this paint in there like so, and then go hitting it all around the edges to kind of make the inside blue. And since we're not going to be seeing that paper in the background, I'm not going to be too worried about it. I just want to give this a nice blue coating on the inside. I'm trying to do this in one kind of motion. And then we're going to try to dry this out real quick. And like I said, once I get that paintbrush into my hand, and it's okay if I go over any areas because I can always clean that out. So let's go ahead and give that a quick dry. I got 30 minutes. 30 minutes on clock. So we're just going to go ahead and dry this up. It's like I'm making pizza. Oh, you like where I'm going with this, Ada? Nice. That's the goal. That's the goal. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Usually I'm a little bit slower when I do my regular lives. Right now I feel like I drank 15 cups of coffee and I have to run a marathon. So pardon me if I'm a little fast. All right, so let me just clear off some of that excess in there. Just making sure that's smoother. And let me just set it real quick again. Just so that I dry that part up real quick. And then we're gonna go in and set up our paper. All right, so that's pretty decent to me. I'm gonna be adding other stuff in there. Again, I'm not somebody that strives for the perfection. I like the distressed look of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some glue to the back of my paper. And I'm gonna be using some heavy gel medium to glue this. You don't necessarily need to use this. This is by Deco Art. You don't have to use heavy gel medium. Any glue will work just fine. I'm just gonna kind of do this and spread this glue around with my handy dandy spatula. Hopefully it will spread out to where it's gotta go. Okay. Let's see. We gotta make sure we know where 12 o'clock is because there's a hook in the back of it, so we can hook it back up to the wall once we're all done. And we're gonna push that in place. And I like what I see so far. Now I use Distress ink, which is water reactive, and I am gonna be adding more glue and stuff so that color will move around, but I don't mind because this is supposed to be like sea themes, right? So let's see. We also have this, which I'm gonna be painting most likely in gold. And here are some of the little images that I could go ahead and cut out from this paper as well. This beautiful little mermaid. This is actually part of this paper, but I couldn't leave her out because she was kind of like hanging off in the corner. I was like, no, baby, you gotta go. You gotta come in here with us. You have to join the party. So we have to definitely use her. And I've got some fishes here and there that I'm gonna make it look like they're coming out from the edges. And the tail itself is gonna be hanging on the side. That's how I sculpted it so that it kind of hangs right there. You know, wherever I end up putting her, it's gonna hang in that spot. And I have to make sure that she stays there. So we have here a few pieces. And the goal is to actually put the glass back on this, hopefully, right? We're gonna see how that's all gonna turn out. Okay, so I don't necessarily need those. I'm just trying to find my other little fishes. If I have any more in here, I don't even know how many I cut up. Maybe they're hiding, maybe they're not, but that should be good enough. I think that's actually what I ended up using. So let's go ahead and get these out of here. And we're gonna start decoupaging these in, or collaging them in, whichever one you prefer. So let's go ahead and grab our heavy gel medium again. And I'm using this because this is what I have handy. And she's gonna go somewhere around here, but I wanna actually give her a little bit of an edge up before I do that. So let me grab my distress ink real quick and just give it a little bit of a distressing along the sides. And let's kind of glue this on there. And let's see where the eyes are going. So we can kind of put them right there. And I also have a product that is called Triple Thick that I wanted to kind of overlay over this. So I'm kind of debating on if I'm going to seal the whole thing off or if I'm going to actually seal it off later once I've added my Triple Thick to, you know, to the inside of this. Because I really want, I wanted to have that glossy look throughout the whole, I want it to look like water basically. And the only way for me to achieve that look is if I add Triple Thick, which is this product right here. It's a sealer, but it also gives it like this really beautiful glaze. And it looks like it's constantly wet. So I absolutely love it for my sea theme type projects because it gives it that look of water. And I was distressing the fishes, but I noticed that it doesn't really show. So I'm just going to go right into it. And this is from Graphic 45's Ocean Blue collection. I'm trying to see where I'm going to have like the little fishes. And I absolutely love anything sea themed. And if you guys have any questions for me, please make sure that you put them in caps so that they let me know what your questions are. And I've left all the information in the description area, so the person that is coming up after me is right there on the top, which I believe is Inky Designs. Let's see. Let's put that up here. Let's put him up there. And I'll just kind of make sure that that's in place and kind of seal those up just a little bit. And hopefully you guys can see that very well. Hopefully the colors are showing themselves nicely. I know for the most part, we all tend to see things just a little bit different depending on our device. Now for her, oh my goodness, you guys, for her, I don't know. I love it. I love it, love it. So let me just go ahead and add a little bit of this blue because she doesn't have that much blue around her. She's from a different paper collection. So let me just go ahead and kind of add a little bit of this distress ink. Not too much. I don't want to overwhelm it. I just want to add a little bit here and there. Little touches. Like I said, give it a little kiss. That's all you need. Just a little bit. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And add this piece in there as well. And you see, I made a fish tail, but we don't know if that's for a mermaid. We don't know if that's for an actual fish. We don't know because I didn't make a body for her. But I figured I can give the illusion of it being a mermaid with the face. So we're going to use that. And let's see. How do I want to put that? I think like right there. Okay. Press that in. I totally wish that we can play like live, like music throughout these lives. We can make a little party of it. Have some, watch some crafting, listen to some nice music. So this is what it's looking like so far. Let's see. Can I have my glue gun ready? Because we're going to start assembling. And this is going to go right here. I believe right here is where I'm going to put this. I think I probably put my fish out a little bit too much, but that's fine. I think we're going to glue that there. So let me put this here, let me put that there. And we're going to start assembling some of this. You might hear some things fall because as neat as my desk appears to be, I have everything piled up in a corner of my desk. That's what I meant by I was organizing. So we're going to go ahead and use this. And I'm just going to, and this is the part where I don't know. I think I'm not going to be able to use the glass because this is such a heavy chipboard piece that it brings too much dimension to the inside of my piece. I like that. And then we have this guy right here who's going to kind of go right there. But before I add him, I want to add some other details to him. So what else do we have here? Okay, we have some other things. We have the little hands, the little clock hands that I was thinking about using because I could have still gotten away with using them. But then I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll use them on a different project and just leave it as it is. I'm not going to use it as a clock anymore anyway. So let's see. And we also have some pieces that we're going to be adding on the outside. And our sentiment is going to be, let's see, I think here, here, and the and, I wanted to kind of tuck that. Did I hot glue this too much? I kind of wanted to tuck that in there, so I'm going to put that there tentatively so I don't forget to do that. So let me get some black real quick. Let me cover up my ink. Bad, you guys, don't leave your inks uncovered like that. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, please. I forget to say those things, you know, when you're wrapped up in the moment, in the heat of the moment, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of add a little bit of black, just here and there. And I do kind of wanted to add some gold, but I think I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to go in from the edges and kind of push up this black in between, like all of those little grooves to kind of give her that texture look, kind of highlight all those little areas that the tail has. And the brush is actually drier than wetter. I like to do a lot of dry brushing when I create. For the most part, I only use the water when I really have to kind of like clean my brush. And then I'm just gonna kind of do one of these over it. I like that. All right, so let's glue that one in place. It's coming together beautifully. Thank you, Nikki. Yours as well. All you guys have done an amazing job today. All of you have done spectacular. I think I'm gonna need more glue. Carmen, why are you being so stingy with the glue? Come on. Viva le crafts. Remember the piece de la resistance? This is it right here. Well, this is one of them. So let's go ahead. Glue hairs is my pet peeve. It's unfortunate that we have to use it. But we don't have to, but I tend to use it more often than not. Because I need my things to stick now. I need it to stick now. Come on, stick for me now. These words I'm going to go ahead and edge up in about a minute or so. Is there anything else that I wanted to do to the inside of this? I have some micro beads, or well, beads, like little, you know, little beads and stuff. And I was thinking I can add some of this in there. Let's see. I wanted to make like floating boxes, but I think I'll do that in a different project where I actually make more of a sea themed actual thing where things are kind of like floating on the surfaces. And let's see. Do I want to add this in there? No, I don't think I do. I'll save that for the other project. And this is where I gather a whole bunch of stuff because, like I said, I never really know what I'm going to do. All these little other things are going to go in there. So this is the glass. This is the glass, you guys. I just want to make sure that I have everything in there like I want it to be before I go putting in this glass. Let me go ahead and add some watercolor effect with a thin little brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of the same wax. I'm going to wet it down and dilute it. Because I want to add some kind of water in there. I don't want it to just, you know, kind of be like that. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this. And I'm actually going to grab a little bit of this heavy gel. I'm going to mix that in there with that. I'm going to grab a little bit of both. And I'm just going to mix that in. And hopefully the goal is to obtain a very see-through kind of color. And I'm just going to blend that out. I'm going to do the same with the bottom. Just kind of add like all kinds of just like different little things kind of happening here. Even though it has a lot of its own through the pattern of the paper, I wanted to add kind of like my own as well. And then just kind of pull it out. "12 minutes? Holy bejesus, I gotta go." Okay, speed it up, Carmen, speed it up. Stop taking your time. This is not therapy. This is not that time of day. All right, so let's see. Just kind of do that. And just kind of add that in there. So I think I'm going to leave it like that because time is not on my side today. But it's all good. It's all good because I like the challenge. And I think I did a lot for a little bit of time as it is. So we're going to go ahead and, I guess, put this glass into place. I guess so. But if I'm going to do that, let me go ahead and paint this real quick. Before I forget, let me just go ahead and put this on the sides of the chipboard. Everything has to get a little bit of something. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. We're going to do that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy you guys like it. I was so worried. I was so worried. I really was. I was like, oh my goodness. You have an hour. Please, please. Do everything quick, quick. I thought that was going to be a little bit of an issue, but so far it's working itself out because we're almost done, you guys. Yay. And it's good to, whoa, 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 whoa. He said 10 minutes. Sasson said 10 minutes on the clock. I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's like the thrill of the hunt, you guys, right? When you get down to those last minutes, and you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. All right, so let's see. I don't mind a little bit of the paint getting on it, but I don't want it to get it all messed up. Okay, and we don't have time to play games with you, and you need to come up now, please, please, please. All right, so curiosity and collections, that's basically the theme for this. So we're going to go ahead and Add curiosity in there. And hopefully that got in there nicely. We're going to go ahead and add this. And I might not glue it all down because, again, I'm going to try to triple thick the inside, but I will at least show you guys what the whole layout of it is going to be. And I just want this end to be kind of caught by the anchor, kind of like that. Okay, and we have the glass, which is going to get put inside. Right? And this is a great thing to do when you find like those clearance items and like, oh my God, I have 15 clocks now, I don't need another one. But like, where's the ring? I'm like, where's the ring? But it's, you can do all kinds of awesome projects with these things once you alter them all together. Okay. And I have screws for this to kind of screw it all in place. Did that actually hold in place? Oh, it actually did. I'm super surprised. Oh man, you're blocking my comments. All right. So I would screw it all together, but I don't have time. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably have to come back and finish this project, you guys, because I don't think I'm going to have enough time, which I kind of knew that was going to be an issue. But we're going to figure it out as best as we can while we still can. And I can't glue all the pieces in. So it's going to basically be like this. And then we're going to have our star here. We're going to have some seashells here, right? And her face is going to be somewhere around there that I'm going to be gluing this in place. I still have to paint all of this, which this whole rim is going to be in gold. And then the whole base of this is going to continue to be in the blue that I have it there. And then we have here, maybe I'll put this in, maybe I won't. I'm not even sure at this point in time. Nope, maybe I won't even get to add that piece in there because it's not really looking too well. And I think that's basically the gist of it. It's going to take me too long to screw it all in to actually hold it all in place. And if I glue it down like this, well, maybe it'll work. So let's just go ahead and start gluing these things down. Maybe I'll be able to get away with it and still be able to glue it to hold it closed. And these pieces are all molded to the frame. Thank you so much. Let's see. Again, I'm gonna have to secure that really, really nicely. That is not all the way secured. And I'm probably gonna add some of these. Well, obviously not the whole bushel. Well, we won't be able to see anything. But I'm definitely gonna add some of those here and there. So we're just gonna go ahead and glue that down like so. The starfish is gonna go right in the middle. And I'll just hit it with my heat tool later on so that I can kind of open it up again and add what I need to add to it. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that for right now. And then we're gonna add some of these in here. Now the tail I'm not gonna go ahead and add right now because I think that the tail might be too much to do. I have 5 minutes. Thank you, Tanya. Hold the whole bushel, add the whole bushel, right? Maybe to what's coming up from the outside. So this is gonna be kind of stuck in there. It's almost like she's going into like her little cave or her little dwelling. So we'll see how it all kind of comes together. I'm going to be sharing pictures of this on my social media. All my information is in the description area down below. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to work on this because, like I said, I've been obsessing over it for a while. So I'm not sure if I'm going to record the rest of the process. But basically what I am going to do is I'm going to continue to paint all of this. I'm going to continue to paint it with the royal blue and add some gold in here. once I'm done, I do have some of this trim right here that I got from Monomi Gabi, and I'm going to be using this to kind of, you know, add it wherever I can around the, you know, the creases between everything that's there. I'm also going to be adding these little rivets that I cut up because I wanted it to kind of look like, you know, the glass from like a submarine. So that's kind of like the goal that I was going for. I can go ahead and move my fish for right now before I end up dropping that thing. So I'm just gonna glue this in the bottom and in the top. And all I did was cut out some strips. I punched out a hole and put a thumbtack, not a thumbtack, what you call those? A brad through there. And basically this is gonna attach itself to the bottom and then kind of come over the sides like so. And I have about 7 or 8 of them, I believe. And that's to give it that look of, you know, like the little metal things on the window. All the soldering that they do, you guys. All the soldering. That's what I mean. Yes, a porthole. Thank you. See, I can envision this stuff, but unfortunately, my brain doesn't come with an automatic dictionary. So sometimes I lose those definitions or those words. Sometimes I know the meaning and I have no clue what the word is. It's not weird. But basically, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be putting those all the way around. Wherever I have like an opening, I'm going to go ahead and do, you know, add one of those in as an embellishment. Then I'm going to gesso them all up and then paint them all up and give this, like I said, a kind of blue color, but I'm definitely going to be adding a little bit of rustic effects with some of the, you know, waxes and stuff that I had. I wish that I would have been able to finish the project on time, but you guys know how it is. Takes a little bit of time to get yourself together and ready, and then you definitely want to stop and give thank you to everybody that was here and everybody that got this whole thing together. So I do want to say thank you all so much. I do greatly appreciate it. I hope that you have subscribed to my channel. If you like these kinds of projects, that's the kind of things that you're going to see here on my channel. Please make sure to go check out the people that were before me and the ones that are coming out after me. You are not going to be disappointed. So much inspiration all around, all across the board. You're going to have so much fun. And also for your chance to win a prize, don't forget to come back to this video after this live stream has finished and comment down below for your chance to win an amazing prize. And Tiffany will have all the information about the prizes on her channel. And yes, you guys, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. Thank you so much, Tiffany. This has been super amazing. This is like my first mixed media hop that I've been a participant in. Usually I'm the one trying to orchestrate these things. But yes, I'm super excited to be a part of this. This has been so much fun. And I look forward to what everybody else has been making. And with that being said, you guys, I know I still have a few minutes, but I figured you guys might want to take a walk, get a drink, do a couple things, and stretch a little bit before you guys get to the next one. I want to wish everybody healthy and happy, you know, rest of everything. And hopefully everybody stays up and stays good. And I will catch you guys on the next one. For my lives is Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget to hit that bell, hit that like, and share. Bye.